I am very pleased to be introducing Jillian. I feel so fortunate that I've been the chair of Jillian's committee and that I've been able to work with her as my last grad student. If anyone has proven the point that you get out of the program of what you put into it, that would be Jillian. I would talk to her in the summertime and she would still make time to read books, we had mentioned, and work diligently in her studio. And there are 3 characteristics that define Jillian as an artist. She is stubborn and perseveres, much to her credit. When her first and second large thrown stacks fell apart and our kiln burners didn't arrive in time for work, she persevered. She remade the work and then fired them in smaller kilns several times, because y'all, ceramics is hard. And Jillian doesn't just work for deadlines, she works hard and regularly, and she shows up. And lastly, she shows up for her community, and that counts for a lot in our lives as artists. Oh, and did I mention she has been here, while she's been here, she's applied to multiple exhibitions, and her work has been highlighted, including winning a solo exhibition, a substantial prize, and I couldn't be prouder to present Jillian as our next MFA.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. Holly, thank you so much. I also want to take this moment to thank everyone on my committee, Holly, Marty, and Katie. I couldn't have got you here without you guys. So thank you for always supporting me and getting me here. Hi everyone, my name is Jillian Heusohn. I'm a ceramicist, and I make ceramic vessels to represent our meat vessels. And meat vessels are us, we are literally containers of meat. Using clay, fiber, and the remains of departed animals and insects, I explore themes of relationships, reconnections, and fully embodied moments. The core of my practice considers what it means to be holding. Holding space, holding acceptance, holding moments, and holding all parts within yourself. Holding is an ever-shifting sensation that can nurture what resides within, committing to a promise to observe without shame or judgment, but with genuine care. By combining the hardened permanence of ceramics with the soft and fragile nature of fibers and remains, I create a holding for the dichotomies within us. I juxtapose the unwavering force of ceramics with the vulnerability of fibers and remains to explore what people are connected to, what they store within, and what they return to. I use my ceramic forms to link these themes by threading a line through what connects us and highlighting the strength of our shared bonds. The writer Zadie Smith describes joy as a strange admixture of terror, pain, and delight. It's different from a pleasure, and how a pleasure can be simply savored every day. But a joy is much bigger, more complicated, and it comes with attachments. To have joy is to also have loss, grief, and moments of surrender. According to Smith, the source of our joy will ultimately lead to our total annihilation. Roske expands on this idea of joy in the Book of Delights, describing joy and sorrow as the extremes of humanity that are one and the same. With that in mind, Gay proposes a question. What happens if our internal wilderness of joy and sorrow, the life that our bodies carry, join together? What if we face our total annihilation through the merging of our sorrows? What if that transformation is our joy? My work titled What is Held explores what it means to be holding by merging what we hold within our internal chambers into our external relationships, taking us away from protection and towards greater shared connections. 3 large ceramic bodies serve as the containers that hold moments within them. Threads of crocheted leather cord, a soft material camouflaged as a rigid chain, are pulled tightly and restrict the insides, while in others the cords flow and drape into the bottom chamber of the body. The cords hold a facade of hardness, They appear forceful and unmoving, yet they easily flow into each other, embracing their natural qualities and carrying our simultaneous joy and sorrow. As the cords twist outwards to connect to the surrounding vessels, they create a collective holding, one where inner moments are shared, emerge into a communal body to hold space, acknowledge personal experiences, and create stronger connections. When a viewer approaches the work, they become a part of the act of holding space. Their physical presence is surrounded by the cords, and they can look deeply inside each vessel to explore what each container holds within. Among the cords and the rough ceramic walls are moments of light, softness filled into small crevices, whimsical childhood drawings that hide in hard-to-reach spaces, and the remains of departed animals and insects whose empty vessels are nested within the container. As the viewer holds space, they will be met with the remains scattered throughout the vessels. Collecting these remains is an act of noticing the overlooked and humanizing the unsightly moments that can easily be ignored. I used to think that roaches were evil, but now I accept that we'll just never fully understand each other. Bugs are hardened, and they're built for protection and survival. They're resilient, but they can also be fragile and vulnerable to outside forces. Within my work, they symbolize grieving for what is past, but they are also a reminder about what it means to love the unseen and the unsightly. What happens if we love the uncomfortable or the misunderstood with all of our heart? No one loves a cockroach, but what if we did? Not to say that every bad thing in the world should be loved as good, but to show genuine care for the tiniest creatures makes the world feel so much bigger. It reframes a reflex to be disgusted and judgmental of something, and it replaces it with empathy and wonder. To love bugs is to accept an existence that I know nothing about, but to still honor them anyways. Another aspect of what is held are the childlike drawings of insects and animals peppered around the vessels. Although the drawings are right in front of the viewer's face, the imagery can be easily overlooked if it's not intentionally sought out. The clay bodies on the outer surface result in a rough, jagged texture that obscures the drawings. The bright pops of color are apparent, providing evidence that something took place, but the true essence of the imagery is only noticed under a watchful eye. As the viewer walks around what is held, they will find a small moment on the back of each piece where the image is bright and clear, providing insight into where the colors come from. Each drawing is a collaboration between my past and present self, with every image being sourced from the old art I made as a child that my family held on to for all of this time. The drawings represent moments of pure, unfiltered love, innocence, and what used to be. By integrating playful images within the container, these moments from the past are being directly held onto. Their hidden nature protects them from being instantly perceived. Instead, it requires intentional work to fully know what is being contained. Having the remains would not have been possible without my friends. Having the childhood drawings would not have been possible without my family. And having a deep practice of holding would not have been possible without every hard moment, tough conversation, and heartfelt gesture that I've received from everybody in my life. I've had an immense amount of joy being in this program and around this community. And right now, in the middle of everything, I'm filled with sorrow, knowing that changes are happening and that so many people around me are hurting. I don't want to leave everyone, and I definitely don't want to do it like this. But even after everything that's happened, I know that right now we need to all lean on each other, and I know that when things get hard, we can build our strength collectively through opening up and seeking out connections. And above all else, I know that the greatest gift I can offer myself and the people around me is to provide space for holding. To be holding is to explore and feel the deepest parts of the self. It breaks us open and it can hurt, but it also connects us to one another. Holding embodies our most honest and rigid barriers alongside our softest moments. It's an act that reminds us that anyone can close off and live with a hardened exterior, but it takes a strong person to open up and become soft. Thank you.